Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm filesaver. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to edit images on your website or web app, or you can also use it in cross-platform mobile applications. Okay, so this is what we are going to be doing, and we are going to be testing it out. Okay, so this is the images that we are listing out here. These are the images here in the directory, and these are all the images here. That's what we listed out here. So okay, so let's try to edit one of them. If I click on this, the putty out, if I click on it again, putty out. Now let's look for putty out here, putty house. Okay, so let's open it. So before we edit, this is the image before we edit it. So this is the image before we edit it. All right, so let's just edit it and brightness, increase the brightness. Let's reduce it again and apply, and let's change let's just add the text. Let's add the text, say color. That's going to be something that is white. Okay, so I'm going to say okay, text. Let's come here and say follows AB. Okay, so that is that. All right, so just apply, and once I click on this download, what is going to do is, and what we are doing in this tutorial is, we are going to be editing the image. I'm going to be editing the image, and I'm going to be showing you how you can also upload the image that you edited, and how you can also download the image that you edited. But in this tutorial, we're going to be edit what I'm showing you now. We are going to be editing the image. Okay, so as you click on download and click on it, it's like it's taking time. Okay, all right, so that's done. Let's just wait for it. I can see it has edited. You just apply the changes now, so it has edited. So if we should just click on it and view it, okay, so this is the image, this is the what I edited the image to. So I can see it's still the same name. So if I should just so if I should just reload the page now, I can see the image. Okay, so let's edit another one. I'm going to be editing this W646220, this image. So let's edit it. Let's apply another thing. Let's apply a shape to it. Apply shape and change the fill color to something like this. Okay, and opacity, change the opacity. Okay, let's just do this one there. Okay, apply, and what again? Effects. Let's change it to this. Okay, and we should change it to this. All right, this is cool. Okay, before we edit the picture again, let's come here and see it's W620413. Okay, so let's click on download again. Okay, so let's come here. As you can see, the image has been edited, and if we should reload the page now, you see the changes here. All right, as you can see, this is it. So that's the image. Okay, so before we continue, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so we are going to be editing images, and this is the page that we're going to be using to list out the images that we're going to be editing. And we are going to be using a library called Filerobot image editor. So this is what we are going to be using to edit the image. Like if you come to the website, don't worry, the link to the website is going to be available in the description of this tutorial. And if I should click on any image, let's say this, and I come down here and just say maybe the download test. So if I just click on effects and click on anything here, I should click on apply and download. I should click on download, it's going to download it, but I'm not going to be downloading it. Then we can also modify it by editing the image. So this is what we are going to be doing in this tutorial. We are going to be modifying, and I'm going to tell you how you can the same thing, the process we are going to be using to modify the image. You can also use it to do this both, this download and also upload. So that's what we are going to be doing. Okay, now let's go to the code. So okay, oh, I forgot something. Now to download the Filerobot, let's go to the documentation. If you come down here, you see the link to the documentation website. That's the GitHub repository. Then if you come down to okay, so let's go up. So if you should clone, just come here and just click on clone. If you know how to clone on the Git, if you have Git and you want to and you know how to clone, just type git clone, then copy the URL and paste it. Or if you don't know how to clone, just download the zip. Then after downloading the zip, I've downloaded the zip. So this is the zip. This is the I've downloaded it. I clone it on the command line. So just come to the build and come to the latest version, and this is the only thing we need. This Filerobot image editor.min.js. So this is the only thing we need. Okay, so after you are done with that, don't worry, this file is going to be available. The link to this to all the files I use in this video is going to be available in the description of this tutorial. Okay, so this is the directory, this is the project directory that we're going to be using, and this is the Filerobot, this is the JavaScript file. Okay, so and this is the images that we're going to be editing. I can see all of them now. Let me try to just increase all of them. Okay, let me decrease it once. Okay, so I can see all of them. They are still in their normal pictures now. They are still in their normal pictures now. Okay, so and okay, so this is the default picture I'm using. This is the picture default image I'm using on the. So this is the default image I'm using here. Okay, so coming to the documentation, it says if we should go down. So we are just going to include the link to the JavaScript, to the Filerobot JavaScript file. So coming to our code now. So first of all, I will include the Filerobot into our project. The current directory Filerobots, the Filerobot.js. The next thing I'm going to include is the JavaScript file that we're going to be using. So I'm going to include it. So that's script. So I'll say then JavaScript. So that's all. Then the next thing we need to do to initialize the Filerobot is just come here and copy it. But before we copy, let's go back to our to the page here. So let's reload. As you can see, nothing is happening yet. Let's go back and go to the JavaScript file and just paste it. So it's going to be using this link. So you can also open link also. So let's reload. I can see our Filerobot has been initialized. So it's fetching the file from the link. So let's just wait for it. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Okay, yeah, it's done. Okay, so it is now fully initialized. Now the next thing is we want to list out. These are the images we want to be editing. We want to edit. These are all the images we want to edit. Now let us list out all the images. So, and before then, let's try to configure our image editor. Now if you come down, you see methods. You come down, you see the methods here, and this is if you are using it with React. I'm going to be doing the React how to integrate it in React soon. Okay, so what we need in this method is just two things we need, or three things. We need the onBefore complete and onComplete and onClose. So those are what we need. Okay, so and to configure it, just come down to the stuff here. So we are going to be passing in the okay, if you come here, see it takes in the first parameter is config and the second one is callback. So let's come down to see the config. Okay, we can get the config here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is the config. So I'm still going to explain what this is just in a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down. So this token, it can be anything, because okay, let me try to explain this. So this is if you want to integrate the modification of Filerobot, you want to make it edit and modify the file that we are editing. So this is what you are going to this is what you are going to do, and you are going to be needing. You need a token, and if you read this, say point the image editor to the origin and edit it and deliver the result lightning fast over the cloud image limited to use the cloud image responsive plugin. You need a cloud image token to deliver your image over CDN. Don't worry, it only takes seconds to once your token. So then you go here, then you click here to register, and once you are registered, you get your token and you place it here. But we are not doing that here, so we are going to be doing a tricky way. We are going to be doing it in a tricky way. We are going to be doing it in a very tricky way to edit our file, because okay, let's leave that for now. Okay, so you can just replace this with anything. You can just replace it with anything. So then config, passing the first parameter is config. Then the next one is the second parameter here. The second thing is here, like the callbacks. So callback. So we need the incomplete callback. And the second callback is an object. The first callback too is an object. So because it's an object, so we are going to be doing it this way. Incomplete. So we are going to pass in an incomplete function. So I'm going to create the function here. Okay, incomplete. Also, it's going to be taking in an argument, and what's the argument? So the file is going to inherit two arguments. So the URL and the file object. So it's going to inherit this. And the file object. Okay, so we can just log it. The file URL is URL y the file is. Okay, all right. So the next one is on before. Okay, we can just come here and copy it. On before complete. On before complete. I'm going to pass in an on before complete a function which I'm going to call on before complete. So it's also going to be inheriting some arguments, and I'm going to pass them in now. So these are all the things that is going to be inheriting, and it is an object. So instead of writing everything one by one after the other, status, image, string, image mine, canvas, you can just pass in everything as let's say I would love to write it as props. Okay, so we can just log props is props. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to be doing is the unclose. Which is a direct function. So I'm going to, after closing it, I'm going to unmount the image editor immediately, so that it's not going to, because if you close the image editor, it's still going to be, if you close the image editor, it's still going to be alive with the previous image that you are editing, and it may interfere with some things. So I'm just going to unmount it. Okay, I think I'm not spelling it right. Let me come here. Unmount. Okay, yeah, this is. So I'm just going to unmount it. Okay, so we are done. So the next thing to do is, okay, I'm just going to comment this out so that it's not going to open. So this is what we used to call the image editor. If you want to open it, so you call the open, then you pass in the URL of the image that you want to edit. Okay, so I'm just going to comment it now. Okay, so let's deal with this. So I'm going to be listing out all the pictures in this directory. I'm going to be listing out all the pictures in this directory. Okay, so the directory of images. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that with PHP now. Okay, so this is just a template. So this div here is just a template. So Sorry if you are hearing a sound in the background. That's the sound of a plane. Okay, so I'm going to be listing out. Okay, so for each scan down, I'm going to be scanning the directory images, current directory images, then as directory. So I don't need all this. Now, one more thing. If the equal to dot, that is current directory, those things are going to be included, or is equal to dot dot, that is previous directory, continue, just skip them. Okay, so I'm going to be injecting the PHP HTML inside the PHP. So let me make this clean up a bit. Okay, move this up. All right, so I'm going to be replacing the src here with images. Then I'm going to be writing PHP inside here. Echo da. So that's that. So if you reload it now, all right, as you can see, these are all the pictures in this directory are now here. And pictures in the directory are now here. Okay, so if you don't believe here that that is the picture, let me just print out their name at the bottom. Okay, as you can see, Jackson Putty House, the Putty House here, the Putty House, the underground house. Okay, so all right, so the next thing we're going to be doing now is, okay, let's just okay, let me just remove this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be creating a function. Or on click, I'm going to give this a class on click. So after, if we click on any of this, I want to edit it. Okay, so I'm just going to say document dot get element by class name. Okay, I'm just going to say let images to edit equal to, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to be using map because it's an array. This, the get elements by class name, is an array dot map elements. Okay, so let's just try to list out what we're going to be getting, so that you are going to understand it well. Elements. Okay, so let's bring up our console and let's reload the page. It's not a function. Why? Get elements by class name. Oh, okay, yeah, class name. Okay, instead of wasting our time, sorry, I'll do this quickly. Okay, so going to be using for loop now. For I equal to then dot length to elements exactly. So elements, each of them add event list now. Dot on click on click. So I'm just going to move this into it. So this, so let the image equal to this dot get element by tag name img. So I'm getting the image tag. So I'm going to be opening the src of the image tag dot src. Okay, so let's see what we got. I'm still expecting an error anyway. Okay, let's click it again. Okay, so the error is not bringing up the error. Okay, so now let's test what we did. Now if I click on this, I can see it's going to bring it up to edit. Click on this, going to bring it up to edit. Click on this, going to bring it up to edit. Click on this, click on this. Okay, so it's telling me that the resolution of the image is too big for web, so you can either choose resize and continue or keep the original. Just keep the original. Okay, so it is a very high resolution image. Okay, so next thing is, after we edit it, we are going to get something. Let me just close it. After we edit it, we are going to get something. So let me just remove all this. And if you click on this download, so it's going to do something. It's going to say purpose. The thing I did here, purpose. The major thing we need here is the on before complete. So pop is pops. So what is in the pop? So the image name is there, and the image mime type is there, and the canvas is there. So we need the canvas very well. So what do we need the canvas for? So we need the canvas. So we need the canvas to give us the base64 string to data URL. Okay, so we need it to give us the base64 string, and that is what we need to work with. So after editing the image, it's going to return the base64 of the image that we edited. As you can see, this is the base64 string of the image. Okay, so the next thing is, after getting the base64 string of the image, you want to convert the base64 to a file, to a blob that we can work with, because the base64 here, it can be read by the browser, but we cannot save it inside a picture file. So we are going to convert it. So const base64 to blob. I'm just quickly going to write this. base 64. So let me move this up a bit. Const byte equal to ANSI to base 64. Then base 64. So 64 dot split. So we are passing in the other parts, this from this part here downward. That's what we are passing in. Then the MIME type is going to be base 64 dot split. The first part dot split again. That we're splitting it on. We're splitting it on after getting this part. So I'm going to be splitting it on this semicolon. Then the first part, then split again. What are we splitting it on? I'm splitting it on the column. So that's going to be the second part. I hope you understand. If you don't understand anything, just put it in the comment section. Now we're going to be getting the array buffer. That's going to be new array buffer byte dot length const u8 byte. That's going to be new u int 8 array. Then 4. We're going to be looping through the bytes. We don't need this. So u8 hot byte dot char code at I. Okay, so we are done. Now we are going to return. We are going to be returning the blob. The blob that we are going to be working with. So we are going to be passing in the array buffer, then the MIME type. This is where we need the MIME type. Okay, so this is going to return a blob that we can work with. Okay, so where are we going to put it? This place. Right, so this place. Let's just log what is going to be returned. This is the blob. Just create let's base 64 equal to, I'm going to call it image base 64. Okay, so let's just check what is going to be logged. Okay, this, once you click, so this was what was returned. So this is the real blob. This is the real file that we can work with. Okay, so after this, we want to send it, because we are going to be doing this in a very tricky way, because to to use this feature, to use this modify feature, you have to sign up. You have to sign up for the cloud image token stuff. You have to do some sign up and get your token and stuff. So that is why we are doing it in this tricky way. And in this way, you can also use it. In this method, you can also use it to upload the image that you edited, and you can also use it to download the image that you edited by just passing by just doing by just using filesaver plugin. Okay, so after this, I'm going to send it to the server, to the PHP server, and that's what is going to handle it. Fetch. I'm going to be using fetch. Then where am I sending it to? That's file edit handler.php. Okay, so body is form data. We've not yet created it yet. Oops, no, not form data. Then method is post. Then dot then. So this is going to return a response. So we are going to convert the response to JSON because we are going to be returning the JSON response to JSON. Then after getting the response, then it's going to return data. The data is going to be available here. Then we can log the data here. Just for now, we are going to be logging it for now. Okay, so we've not created form data, so let's create the form data. Const form data equals new form data. Okay, so we are going to be appending some things. So we are going to be appending the directory of the file that we are editing, the directory to the file we are editing, and the blob. So let's first of all append the file blob. So it's going to be append to the image file. So it's going to be, you can just pass this in image file. Okay, so then another thing is we can get the image that we edited. Let's just come to this pops. So you can see the image name. This is the image name that we edited. So we can get the image name there and dot append. Okay, now let's say image name. That's going to be pops dot image name. Then we are going to include the directory to the image. So that's going to be images. Okay, no. / Okay, so we are done. So after sending it, so it's going to come to this file and it's going to be handled here. So I've already written the stuff, so I'm just going to delete it so that I'm going to write it from scratch. Okay, so first of all, if you know about PHP file upload, if you don't know about it, don't worry. We're just going to be doing a normal file upload. We're not going to be going deep into the file upload. So the image file. So this is what we are going to. Now it's going to be $_ files image file. So then the image you are editing, the image, let me just call it image to edit. That's going to be in the post request. And what did I call it? Image name. I can just call it image name. Okay. Now there are two things that we are going to do now. We are going to first of all get assign former image. Okay, we can just ignore this. Let's say, okay, the edited image. So that's going to be file get content. So it's going to be the temp name of the image file tmp name. So it's going to, first of all, this is going to be in the temp directory, so we can get it from there before we upload it. So it's just going to be in that temp directory. Then, so we've gotten the content of the file we edited. Then we can just save it and replace it with the new file. So we're just going to say file root content, then the image name, then what you are putting inside it. So it's going to say the edited image. So that's all. So this file put content is going to replace everything inside the former image. So it's going to replace it with the new image that we edited. So that's all. Then, so I can see I didn't do a lot of validation here, so you can do it on your own. You can do lots of validation, like checking if the image type is what you want, or doing a lot of checking. So, but because this is for tutorial purpose, we are not going to be doing that checking. Then we are just going to echo this dummy JSON encode. So I'm just going to be not for anything. I'm just going to be echoing it. Status equals 1. Okay, now that we are done, let's just say this place MSG. Let's say done. Okay, so let's just reload it. And first of all, which file should we edit first? Okay, let's edit this one here. And let's go and check the file. I can see this is the file now. This is the file here. Or let's choose this one first. This first one here. So let me just print their name under it. Let me print their name under it. So I'm just going to load it. Okay, so 100,104. Okay, yeah, this is it. So this is the image that we're going to be editing now. Okay, so this image. So let's click it, and I'm just going to edit it. Contrast, apply, and filters. I just add this. Okay, let's add this vintage. Alright, apply, and once you click on download, you can later change this download to anything you like, but I'm not going to be doing that in this tutorial. So we can also do other things like applying shape. You can apply shape to it, the stroke color, let's say the fill color. Let me choose this. I don't know why it's not okay. You can change the opacity. Let's change the opacity here. Then apply. Okay, so we can just once I click on download here. Once I click on download, so once I click on download, it's going to save the image. So let's check again. The 104. This is the image. As you can see, this is the former image. So once we click on download, so it's going to it's going to close it, and I can see here it's saying that done. And if you check the request here, you check the response, say that done. Now let's first of all, before we load the page, let's check the image here. As you can see, the image has been edited. This is the image that has been edited. Let's just view it in full screen. Okay, so it's taking a little time. Okay, so I can see this is the image now that we've edited. Now let's edit. Now if you now reload the page now, let's close this one. If you now reload the page now, I can see this is the image. The image has been edited. Let's try to choose another one, which is this. It's called modern narrow house exterior. That's modern narrow house exterior. This one. So you can just let's pick it again. Let's remove this. And let's try to add another event, another stuff. Let's add shapes to this one. Let's add shapes. And let's try to change the orientation. Try to change the orientation. Okay, so let me just move this down. So that we're going to see it very well. Okay, so we can change the orientation again. Because like we've spoiled the image. Let's do it again. So let's just try this one. Let's give it this effect. Okay, so no. Let's just give it this one. Okay, so apply, and once you click on download, it has edited the image. Now let's go and check it. As you can see, this is the image. The image has been edited. As you can see, it has been edited. So this is the image. Okay, so if you reload the page now, you see that the image has been edited. Okay, let's just do one more. Let's crop. Let's edit the image. Let's just try to crop this. Okay, there are a lot of things that you can do with this editor. Okay, apply. Okay, now let's try to adjust it. Let's darken it a bit. Let's change the saturation. Contrast. Let's just worsen it. And this. Okay, so apply. And which image are we editing? This is the image here. underground house. Let's view it before we edit it. Okay, so this is the image now. So let's just click on download. So once you click on download, the image that have been edited. So this is the image now here. Okay, so let's reload the page. Alright, so this is the image. If we click on it again, you can see this is it. Okay, so this is how to edit any image on the browser with Filerobot, with JavaScript and PHP. So in this tutorial, we use PHP to list out the directory, and we use Filerobot image editor to edit the image, and we got the base64 of the image that we edited, and we converted it to blob by doing this in this function, by converting it to unit 8, by converting it to array buffer, which we converted to blob. Okay, so and we send it to the PHP, which overwrites the previous picture with new file, with the new edited picture. Okay, so I mentioned the other time that if you want to, you can also do this. You can also download. So if you want to download it, so just search on Google. Just search on Google file saver, npm filesaver.js. So just come here and come to filesaver. What's this? Okay, so just go to filesaver, so that this is not going to take our time. So just go to filesaver. So just go to filesaver, and another one is if you want to upload it, it's simple. Just come here, and instead of this file put content, you can still upload it by just saying move uploaded file. Then the temp name, this same temp name here, you pass it in. Then the image name that I want to give it, the image name to okay, yes, then dot extension. I'm not going to be doing it, so dot extension. So that's it. So to upload to the server. So that's it. This is how to do it. Then to save it, just use filesaver. So let me try if I can just quickly do this. Okay, so I just so this is the filesaver.js. Just install it, and so you can this blob, the blob here, the blob that we got here, this same blob that we converted it to here, that we got here, this same thing, just pass it in inside the file saver. Just pass it in inside the file saver, then you are done. So it's going to download the file, and that's it. Okay, so if you like this tutorial, okay, let me just put the link to file saver. Let me just put the link to file saver on npm. I think this is not useful. Okay, so I'm just going to put the link to file saver. Yes, let me put this in JavaScript to download the file, this file saver. Link is okay. So that's it. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumb up, and if you don't like it, just give it a thumb down and tell me the reason why you don't like it. And if you have any question, just feel free to put it in the comment section. And please, again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next tutorial.